Ladies and gents, Mr. Beast is back in the news, this time with a class action lawsuit. You guys aren't going to believe what I'm about to tell you. There is some serious drama about Mr. Beast's new show. You know, the one that everybody's been talking about.
Beast Game.
The show where contestants compete for a chance to win $5 million. That's a whole lot of dough, you guys. Well, things just took a dark turn for Mr. Beast's new show. Contestants are suing him and Amazon, alleging that some pretty bad stuff happened during production. Get this thing closer. And it's pretty wild. We're talking about sexual harassment, mistreatment, and making contestants go through potentially hazardous challenges. People were injured. If you guys watched my last episode on the Mr. Beast Games, when I talked to a contestant anonymously, he alleged that there was some pretty crazy things happening, like girls getting full-on tackled by giant guys and getting knocked unconscious. People were sent to the hospital. Yes, my friends, this is as serious as it sounds. Some people are even claiming that they weren't paid overtime or even minimum wage, which is going to bring us into a completely different discussion later on. And they're also saying that they weren't served nutritious meals. They were malnourished during the production. You guys, things are getting really serious for Mr. Beast. This is not his year. He's had a lot of issues going on, and it's somewhat damaging his reputation. What do you guys think? Leave it in the comments below. Do you think that Mr. Beast is going to come back from all of these allegations? Do you think he's untouchable? Do you think that he's just going to hire a PR team that's going to make him look better, make him look good again? I'm curious what your take is. All right, so from what we've heard, from what we've read, there was an article in Variety. The class action lawsuit was released. I'm going to link it down in the description below so you guys can read through everything. But from what we heard, some of the contestants ended up in the hospital with severe critical issues. Others were said to have been physically and mentally traumatized due to the constant pressure and stress that they went through while participating. Now, that's a game show, right? It's like people go on Survivor knowing that they're going to be constantly faced with stress and pressure and malnourishment. They lose like 30 pounds while they're on that show. So for contestants to be concerned about some of these little issues, not sure if they have a case, sexual harassment, mistreatment, and even hazardous things that people are put through, they probably do have a case. I'm no lawyer, but that's just my take on it. But regardless, this class action lawsuit is going to shine a spotlight on what's going on behind the scenes with Mr. Beast production. And I don't think it's going to be pretty for a lot of people, especially for the folks who are the butt-kissing Ultra fans. I think you guys are going to have a real hard time with this. Now, I probably know what you guys are thinking. How could this happen on Mr. Beast Watch? He's known for being such a good dude. He's a philanthropist. He cured blind kids, and he loves being a good human. Am I right? Unfortunately, folks, the dark clouds, thunder and lightning, they came up really fast behind the scenes. Stick around. Let's dive in and explore the alleged claims and discuss what this means for Beast Games and the YouTube community. And if you're a business owner who's thinking about creating content like Mr. Beast, you might want to think again, because this is going to create some very messy, sticky situations for the YouTube community. All right, so let's first, you guys, break down some of these allegations and I'll share my thoughts. Let's do it. You guys may have seen some of the headlines recently. Variety.com did some investigative journalism and released an article, and the things aren't looking good. For those of you guys who have had your head under a rock for the last 5 years and don't know who Mr. Beast is, he is a content creator, the largest in the world. His name is Jimmy Donaldson. This young YouTuber has made a name for himself by doing extreme challenges and, for all intents and purposes, generous giveaways for his YouTube content. He recently started a new project called Beast Games, where he partnered with Amazon Prime to create a massive competition series. The show has a ginormous budget of $100 million and a mouth-watering grand prize of $5 million. Not 5 million Canadian dollars, because that's more like 1 million US dollars. We're talking 5 million USD. And Beast Games is perceived to be the biggest reality show in television history. Whew, you gotta crack some eggs if you wanna make some moves, you guys. And I think that's what's happened here, is Mr. Beast cracked an egg that was way too big, maybe a T-Rex egg, and now he's facing the ginormous teeth of that vicious dinosaur. Where am I going? Guys, I think that Mr. Beastie Boy bit off a little bit more than he could chew with this one. I mean, allegedly, the challenges were so over the top that some claimed they were downright dangerous. With 1,000 contestants fighting for that massive cash prize, actually it's more than 1,000, because they claimed that there were 1,000 contestants and then they changed it and added an extra 1,000 in the initial rounds, which is something else that is addressed in this class action lawsuit as well. Sounds like the next big thing, right? Well, maybe not so much anymore. Apparently, things took a really dark turn and became frightening for a number of the contestants. 5 contestants so far are part of the lawsuit against Mr. Beast and Amazon and the general production crew involved in the show. From what we've heard and what we've read in the lawsuit, contestants were subject to chronic mistreatment and even bullying. They were also denied minimum wage and overtime pay, food, and even breaks for resting. And this is something that we talked about with the contestant that we spoke with. He said that production was a complete poopy show, and they even lost vitamins and meds, and women who were on their cycle were denied feminine hygiene products, some allegedly. Some contestants were also allegedly hospitalized with critical conditions due to their experience on the show. You guys, is Mr. Beast's career gradually closing in on himself? I mean, he's got all of these things that are kind of slapping him in the face all at the same time. He's got the Chris Tyson stuff that's happening. He's got the secret CEO who's got issues, problems. Dogpack 404 has kind of smacked him over the face with a couple of wild allegations, some of which actually were denied and proven wrong. But who do we trust? Do we trust Mr. Beast, who is the largest YouTuber in the world, who has everything to lose? Or do we trust people who were part of his production crew, who experienced very real things while they were working for him? Let me know your opinions in the comments. Again, you guys, not to throw Mr. Beast under the bus, but all of this stuff just keeps coming out, and so we keep talking about it. One of the most shocking parts of this lawsuit is the allegation that some female contestants were sexually harassed and placed in a hostile work environment. This allegation itself, you guys, paints a picture of a production environment that was promoting a culture of misogyny and sexism. Now, it's very easy for anybody in 2024 to claim misogyny and sexism, and we see it all the time, false allegations, so we can't just jump on one side or the other. But when cases like this happen, it is crucial to investigate, because if you don't investigate, you never get to the bottom line. So I hope there's an internal investigation going on right now. In reality, if you're creating content, you have a large production crew, you need to put safeguards in place to make sure that your contestants, your actors, your staff is taken care of. It's unbelievable to think that something like this could happen on such a high profile and global project. For realsies. Let me break things down. Some contestants were reported that they weren't receiving healthy food and proper medical care. Yep, we've talked about this before. We've addressed this in some of the previous videos where we talked about Beast Games. It's been repeated a few times now, and so it stands to reason that it's probably fairly accurate. Again, I wasn't there, I don't know. Some contestants also claimed they were fed small portions of cold oatmeal. Delicious. They were also fed a few pieces of raw vegetables and a single hard-boiled egg, which is barely enough to sustain a person, especially when you're going through some intense physical challenges of that nature. When I'm losing weight, the apps that I use tell me that I should be on a diet of 1,500 calories. Normally, I'm on a diet of 2,000 to 3,000 calories, depending on how much exercise I'm getting throughout the day if I want to maintain weight. If you're eating a hard-boiled egg and some raw vegetables, you're probably getting 50 to 100 calories at most, and if that's your only meal for the day, that's going to create some problems. Lightheadedness, it could cause people to pass out. If they already have severe medical issues, if they're hypoglycemic, or if they have diabetes, or if they have some type of food or eating disorders. One contestant who identifies as contestant 5 said she joined the show because of her love for Mr. Beast. According to her, she became a fan of Mr. Beast's videos during the COVID-19 pandemic. In her words, during the show, she was treated like less than nothing. She describes the environment as hostile and non-conducive for the female gender. Who would have believed Mr. Beast would have ever landed in such an intense situation? Me? I mean, when every video you're trying to one-up yourself, it's only a matter of time before you put people in dangerous situations. This lawsuit opens up a portal to more intrinsic questions about the reality TV industry as a whole. Are we on a slippery slope to severe injury from reality TV show? The protection of contestants needs to be top priority. Are they considered employees? Are they more like independent contractors? Are they subject to minimum wage requirements and overtime requirements? This is important because it largely affects what legal protections and benefits they're entitled to. The allegations also resurrect the issue of power dynamics in reality TV. You guys, like, remember the Me Too movement that started off altruistic and then all of a sudden was capitalized on by everybody who just needed some attention? Remember that? Also, sometimes contestants sign serious contracts and NDAs that might waive off certain rights or make it difficult for them to speak out. In this case, it seems like the production took advantage of that dynamic. Could be. Possibly, maybe, allegedly. The lawsuit may be a warning for other reality TV shows to ensure they treat the participants ethically and lawfully. Currently, Mr. Beast and Amazon haven't publicly said anything concerning these allegations, and considering how serious the allegations are, it's shocking that we haven't heard anything from them. Normally, PR teams are pretty quick to jump out there and comment on things like this, but nothing has been stated yet. Hopefully, they're just doing some internal investigating, and we'll hear from them soon. However, the silence could actually mean a lot of things. They might be preparing for a detailed response, or they could be discussing on how to settle this matter without a court ruling, or how to discredit people. We'll have to wait and see how they handle it. Bottom line, folks, these allegations are a huge blow to Mr. Beast's public image. He's prominently known for his philanthropy and positivity, giveaways, and exciting content. So hearing his name involved in such serious allegations is definitely a surprise to his fans. If these allegations are true, it could seriously damage his reputation. Although Mr. Beast has been involved in other controversies recently, like inappropriate language and, again, the Chris Tyson thing, this is definitely a more serious lawsuit. We're talking about legal implications that could cost millions and millions and millions of dollars, and questions about how participants in these large-scale productions are treated. Folks, I had a conversation with somebody who was on the show. I did some laughing in it. I got some comments about my laughter, even though I explained it in the comments. If you guys want to watch that video, click right here. See you on the next one later. Bye.